here. Another beautiful day in paradise. As you can see, I'm up here in Newport Coast again at a trailhead that I refuse to name. Anyway, you know what they do out here, man. Kayleys get out here and they get their hike on. All right, you know, man, if you ever be wanting them iron and board Kayleys, you know where to find them. Over here at the trail, they be hiking their ass off. And the number one suburban most extreme sport is done here, mountain biking. All right, that's the most dangerous extreme sport done by suburban husbands. Mountain biking, you know, their wives get crazy about them mountain biking. Oh, don't mountain bike. It's like motorcycle riding, you know, for people from the hood or people in, you know, the lower economic scale of the country. Anyway, we're out here vlogging. I'm passing somebody, so I gotta pause. All right, back to business here. Anyway, check this out. This is the theme of the day. And there's a Kaylee over there walking around here, just finished hiking. You might be able to see her in the background. She's pretty far. The subject of today is you either save time or you save money. I've been preaching this for a long time. Now, I am not the one who came up with this. I don't know who came up with this. I might have heard it from somewhere. I don't know what happened. But you either save time or save money. And I've taken this particular philosophy to heart. And I've actually said, you know what, this actually makes sense to me. And I've argued many points of how this makes sense. Many times, people are very payment oriented. Like you go into a car lot, you pretty much know the price of the vehicle, but you are pretty hung on how much you're willing to pay per month. You're hung on the amount of money that you're going to spend per month. And you don't worry about the time, how long it's going to take to negotiate the deal. You don't take any time to go in and determine what your finances are. You don't find a good credit union to give you a better loan scenario. You just focus on the payment. And unfortunately, in our world today, people are payment driven. So the one thing that they're going to save is money. And they go, I'm going to save money regardless of how much time that it takes to do it, to save that money. Now, in order to understand this philosophy or actually just get a grip of the philosophy, you have to first determine how much your time is worth. What is the value of your time? See, many people determine the value of their time by how much they get paid per hour in their job. All right, so that's basically what they say. Well, I'm worth $17 an hour. I'm worth $250 an hour. And they will pretty much say that's what their time is worth. But that's only in concern with a career or a job. What is your time worth to yourself? What can you do with your time? How valuable are you to society, to other people, to community? How valuable is your time other than your job? But when you include your job, how valuable is your time? Does your job take up an excessive amount of hours during the day in which you're worth $250 an hour? Or in an effort to say, hey, look, I'm worth $250 an hour at my job. I'm not going to waste time over here. You basically have to ask those things before you come to this philosophy of, do you rather save time or do you rather save money? I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, because some people, again, are payment driven. So they rather will try to save money, but they will spend an excess amount of time trying to save this money. And then in which their time was actually more valuable to themselves and to other people, in which it probably would have been better to save the time and then spend the money. And in the long run, it actually would have been a way better decision. But first, you got to have some money in order to try to save some time. So let me get into how this works. Let me give you a couple of examples of how people do this. So say, for instance, coupon clippers, which I am not, which I don't talk negatively about coupon clippers, but coupon clippers, sometimes they talk about how they save money, like people in Vegas talk about how they won money at the casino. All right, so what they will say was, I clipped all these coupons for 2-3 weeks, hours upon days, hours upon hours, and I went to the store, I saved $75. All right, listen, I understand. You save money, anytime you can save money, it's great. However, how much time did it take you to clip those coupons? And many times you can't go to one store and save these dollars amounts. A lot of times they got to go to 2 or 3, maybe 4 different stores, and then they'll say they save $75. See, this is what they don't tell you. Just like people at Las Vegas casinos, they'll talk about how much money they really spent and how much they really lost. They'll just tell you how much they won. All right, and in this situation, they're just telling you how much they won without telling you how much it cost them to actually get that savings. Now, listen, you might not be the type of person that this philosophy actually works for. But in my world, my time is much more valuable for than that, because I don't want to spend hours particularly doing that. And I don't want to go to 3 and 4 stores in order to save this little amount of money. I'd rather go to one store, spend the money, and then use the time that actually is more valuable to me to do other things, produce, do whatever I can, and I will make that money back by not spending 2, 3, 4, 5 hours in a day, in a weekend, clipping coupons and going to 4 stores. All right, in and out of the car, gas money that you spent going to 4 stores. All right, and then all of that time not being able to produce and make more money. So that's one instance that we do in which we say, time is no big deal. I'd rather save the money. Here's another instance, and I know you see this, Costco gas people, all right? The people who wait in line for gas at Costco. Now, you might be able to save $10, $12, $20 maybe, and I know the gas prices are up, but you might be able to spend or save 20 bucks, right? Maybe at the most, maybe 15 bucks. I'm not sure. You do the math. But I've done the math, and even if I save $8, I don't really drive much, so it's kind of like one of those things, you know, but I don't really drive that much. So I'm not going to wait 45 minutes to save $8. I mean, let's just say I can make more than $8 in a particular hour. So for me to drive in the Costco, for me, it's 15, maybe 20-minute drive. All right, which it's a 20-minute drive up, a 20-minute drive back, and a 45-minute, 35-minute wait in the Costco line. I mean, listen, to me, that sounds ridiculous. But to you who don't have the money, or you don't have the ability to earn more money in a particular time, you might say that makes sense. But that is a situation where people would rather save money than time. But time is one of those things you can't get back. Money you can earn back. And I think that's doing that is actually ridiculous. Now, unless you live next door to a Costco, then it would make sense a little bit more. But it doesn't make as much sense to me that I'd have to drive that far, wait that much in line, and then come back. And then, you see what I'm saying? You see how this works? You either save time or you save money. You cannot save both. All right, I'll give you another example since you're offended already. Here's the example of cleaning your house. All right, cleaning your house. And can you see me? I got my shades on. Let me take my shades off so I have a little bit more integrity here. Cleaning your house. All right, I don't know. Do you clean your house? Do you have a 1-bedroom, 3 bathrooms house? I don't know. I am not going to be washing my tub out. I have 3 bedrooms and I have 3 bathrooms. I'm not going to be cleaning out tubs because, first of all, it's back-breaking work. Second of all, I just don't want to be doing that. It's just going to take too much time. So what I do is I hire a cleaning service. So 2 ladies come over to my house and they do all of that. All right, they clean everything out. They wash off my mini blinds. They all do all the things that I say that I probably could do. But it will probably add up over time, and I probably won't get around to it. And then all of a sudden, you know, I'm sick because of all the dust that's on my mini blinds that has compounded over time when I said that I was going to do it. But in this, it is actually cheaper for me to hire a cleaning service to come over once a week to clean these things, and I never have to worry about it. But if I actually did it myself, it would probably take about 2 hours to do, because 2 people come and they do it in about 2 hours or 2.5 hours. I don't even know. Something like that. It's almost 3 hours that they're there. And they charge me roughly 140 bucks. Now, 140 bucks a week, we're talking about less than $600. So that's not a big expense to me. It would be if I was on a budget, and a tight budget, and I understand, but I actually did this when I was on a tight budget, and it made more sense because it allowed me to do more things that produce more money. Or it allowed me to do more things with my family. It allowed me to do more things with my kids. It allowed me to do more things, but I get it. If you don't have the 600 bucks, if you don't have the 300 bucks to do it bi-weekly, it might not make sense to you. You're like, hell no, I'll do it myself. However, you're spending time doing something, and it's taken away from time you can be productive. You see what I mean? It's one of those things. Now, if your time is not valuable and you can't make money in the time that you're actually spending this money, then it doesn't make sense. But over time, I'm going to tell you, it's one of the most freeing things that you will actually do is when you can be productive in the time that you would normally waste doing things that don't add money to you, and it actually takes away time. All right, so that's another example that I'm giving people on this topic. And I know if you're a person that's tight on budget and you're very penny pinching and frugal. Maybe you're one of these people that it's like, a penny saved is a penny earned. All right. And then in respect to the time that you're losing, I mean, it's one of those philosophies that you have to understand that maybe it's something that's actually harmful to you than it is actually beneficial to you. Now, let me give you another example. This might make sense. The people who actually save money with food. Okay, there you go. I don't have a lot of money to buy good, healthy food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy cheap food. Taco Bell, dollar menu from McDonald's. You buy cheap food at the grocery store. And what you don't understand is you're actually saving money, but you're also costing yourself a lot of time. All right, you're costing yourself ridiculous amount of time. Not only that, your health is going to be of quite concern. You're actually killing yourself, all right, or you're going to have less time on this earth for the most part that you'll never be able to recoup because you eat cheap food. All right, so this is the idea that I'm talking about, right? You actually try to save money, but actually costing yourself time. And that's more time, or that's less time that you have to deal with to be more productive. Not only that, you're probably going to be overweight, you're going to have high blood pressure, and then the time you have remaining on this earth because you ate so much cheap food is going to be lessened. And therefore, you didn't save time, all right? You actually save, in the effort to save money, you actually cost yourself time. So these are the things that I try to tell people about. I have a philosophy in life, and this philosophy has been developed through mistakes and time, right? Experience. For me, I actually tried to do things, and I tried to be all things to all people and all things to the world and all things to myself, and basically say I'm open to any possibility and I don't have anything that I stand on or anything like that. And then I actually started experiencing things, and I said, you know what? I actually got to say, this is what I stand for. This is what I want to stand for. This is what I want to get out of life. This is what I don't want to get out of life. And hey, I'm going to tell you, you actually do give up certain experience in life. That's the thing. You actually say, hey, you know, at some point I got married and divorced, and I said in my philosophy for age and lifestyle, never get married again. Okay. And some people are like, but yeah, what about the possibility of, hey, you know what? I'm willing to give up the chances of experiencing that great possibility, because then I get to live my life a little bit more freely, because this is the lane that I'm going to be in. Hey, that's what it is. I like freedom, peace, quiet. All right. I like those things. And I like the philosophy of, hey, look, I'd rather spend the money in order to save the time, because the time is more valuable. And I actually am more valuable time-wise than I am actually doing some of these things to try to save money. These are the things that you have to do as a man that will actually free you up to the world, right? But if you leave it always open and you never stand on anything, you never stand for anything, you don't stand on your square, all right, you let the world lead you, they will actually lead you into a world of chaos. A world of chaos. And then you'll be constantly chasing your tail, okay? And when you're chasing your tail, you're actually living for other people instead of living for yourself. You don't even have time to live for yourself because you really don't have any principles to live on. So in most cases, and listen, there's probably an exception to the rule on this one. All right, there's many that I've come up with. There's probably an exception to the rule of this. In this case, I'd rather spend the money in order to save the time, because I'm actually worth more than what it would take to actually accomplish the task of spending the time. I mean, now here's another example. Since we're talking about it, there's some people that commute to work. They'll move an hour away from their job because it's cheaper real estate wise than to live closer, and it's more expensive than to go to work and you'll be 15 minutes from your office door. Okay, that's changing a little bit because less people, you know, a lot of people are working from home now, but it's the same concept. They'll move away. Hey, it's cheaper. The houses are cheaper here, and it's an hour away from your job, right? It's an hour away from your job, but you go buy a cheap ass house way out here, and then you drive an hour and a half in traffic, fighting it, stressing yourself out, giving yourself PTSD, all right, road rage, stress, high blood pressure, okay, you're killing time just going in and out, and you don't add up the amount of time that you spend on the road. You got to leave your house at 4:30 in the morning, and then you got to stay at the job till 7 o'clock at night so you avoid all the traffic. Come on, bro. Just to save an extra hour in your commute. Okay, see, this is an example of you either save time or you save money. So look, do me a favor, hit me up with the exception to the rule. Maybe you have a situation where you say, not always, coach, you can save time and money at the same time. All right, maybe you can. All right, I'm not sure. And of course, listen, the exception is probably going to prove the rule. That's how we say it here. Because somebody might say in the comment section, hey man, here's the exception, so your principle is not true. No, you just provided an exception in which it's not true, but it's actually going to prove the rule that it is true, all right, since you can pull out an exception. Anyway, man, enjoy the rest of the views, man. We're going to enjoy the rest of my day, and we're going to be back with some more videos. We out.